I'm Jennifer Love. I'm a passionate, authentic intuitive who uses divine guidance to help people love themselves and live more fully in their bodies. This is your weekly love connection for the week of December 11th through the 17th. You can choose a card from 1 to 3, or I've assigned a card for your unique situation. Card number 1 is for folks who are in crisis who need immediate answers and support. Card number 2 is if you're single. And card number 3 is for folks in relationships who just want a little guidance. So this week, I record my videos like a week early. So by the time you watch this, I will be in Hawaii. And the reason I'm going to Hawaii is to take my daughter on her 18th birthday trip. Her birthday was in September, but we had to postpone it because we moved in August and we were a little disorganized, I want to say. Not disorganized, but kind of still moving. And so we postponed her birthday trip to December. So now we're going to be going this week. And if you'd like to comment below, happy birthday, Emily, then I will pull a card for you, especially in the comments. So this week we are using the Angel Tarot cards by Riley Valentine. This is my first tarot deck, the deck that I learned tarot on. And it's my like OG deck. It's like one that I go back to time and time again. I'm super familiar with it. I teach from it, and let's get started. So card number 1. This card is the 9 of Air. And the 9 of Air is also known as the 9 of Winter or the 9 of Swords in traditional tarot. And it says on the bottom, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, and sleepless nights. So the unicorns, you can see some of them are taking a nap. In terms of love, you are extremely stressed and worried, which doesn't surprise me that this is the card number 1 situation. This is the folks that are in crisis. The 9 of Air is a card of creating scenarios in your head in terms of like worst case scenarios. You are super stressed and you're worrying about all the most horrible things that could possibly happen to you. And the thing about this card is that the worries are unfounded. So you're creating unnecessary worry for yourself, and you're causing you're losing sleep over it, basically, is what the card is saying. So instead of imagining the worst that could happen, why don't you try imagining the best case scenario that you can think of in terms of your love life? So instead of like imagining, oh, I'm just going to be like single forever and I'm going to die alone, why don't you imagine, the best possible person coming into your life and being your partner? Or, oh, that guy's never going to call me back. I really, botched the communication and put my foot in my mouth. Well, why don't you imagine that, you just smooth things over and talk it out and everything's going to be fine. So, it is a self-fulfilling prophecy when you imagine bad things and bad things happen to you. So try to imagine good things and then good things will happen to you. Card number 2 is for my singles or anybody that chose card number 2. This is the 8 of Earth, and it says, skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. And so you could see that there's like a fairy or an angel here, and he's like studying really hard, and it's got the books out and is reading and whatever. This is like an apprentice being very, very skilled at their craft. So if you think about this in terms of your love life, this is someone who is really loyal and dedicated to the relationship. So if you're seeing somebody, this is a really good sign in my view. That's how I read this card, is that This person is loyal, they're ready for a commitment, if that's what you want. Or the flip side is that you're the person that's being extremely loyal and dedicated to this connection. And you need to ask yourself, is this person worthy of my loyalty and interest and investment and all of that? So you just have to like think about, making sure that the other party is really deserving of the hard work and effort that you're putting in. Or, like I said in the beginning, it could be that the other person is like very loyal and dedicated to this connection. And that's a great sign, in my opinion. So figure out like which half of the equation, or both, it's great if it's both, that you're in, and move forward with that. Card number 3 is for folks who are in relationships, or just anybody who picked card number 3. This is the Six of Earth. It's also known as the Six of Autumn or the Six of Pentacles in traditional tarot. And it says gifts of time, money or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. So in terms of, love or relationships, this is a relationship that is very giving and equal. Like there's an equal give and take here. You can see the like scales where, there's like an equal number of, what is it? I think it's like coins, or I don't even know what those little circles are. But it's a balance, okay? So the both people are giving in equal amounts. And so you have to be aware that not only, I don't really feel like relationships are 50-50, because not everyone is giving 50% all the time. Sometimes you're giving 70 and the other person can only give 30, right? Like if you're sick, and the other person's taking care of you, right? Or vice versa, right? So not everyone is giving 50% all the time, and you shouldn't feel like you only want to give it, like I'm only going to give half, you want to give like 100% of your time and energy when you can, right? So, but this is a good sign, I feel like, in your relationship. The person is willing to give their effort and time and energy into this connection. At least they're willing to meet you halfway, right? So this to me is a generous person. They are, a person that's willing to invest in the relationship, kind of like a card number 2 if you listen to that. But so I feel like this is a positive card. If not, some people feel like the Earth cards in love readings are a bit unemotional and a little transactional, and they can be. But in terms of like feeling like energy and effort, I feel like this is a good sign, especially if you feel like your relationship might be in a little bit of trouble or there's some iffiness there. I feel like this is worth investing in. So I hope that was helpful to you, and you got anything out of these messages this week, and I will see you next week.